Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to discuss our predictions for the 10 qualifiers from semi-final 1.
So the rehearsals are getting underway tomorrow. So these are predictions before we've seen any of the onstage performances and are just based on the music videos and the live performances from the national finals. So we're going to begin with the 5 countries we think are certain qualifiers, which we've agreed on beforehand. And these are Finland, Israel, Moldova, Norway and Sweden. Why are you happy that they're certain?
So I feel like obviously Sweden is gonna fight for the win, so she will definitely qualify from the semi-final. Finland will be there as well, so great performance at their national selections. They were very strong. They will have quite, I presume, similar performance at the Eurovision stage, so without doubt they will be at the grand final. Moldova, even not liking the song stands out.
I think Moldova is the one people will probably think is a bit of a surprise as a certain qualifier, but I think it stands out with its mix of modern and like ethnic vibes, and they always bring it with the staging, so I think Moldova will stand out enough to get the votes. And turning to Israel, I think we're all expecting them to bring amazing staging, and while the song isn't the most instant, I think because it is quite a unique structure, I think that the staging will help it attract the instant votes.
Yeah, her live vocals will be outstanding. I feel like we know in the semi-final we've got Lauren, we've got as well the singer from Norway. There are 3 female solo singers. I know there will be loads of votes like for all these countries, but at the end of the day I feel like she will stand out. Her live performance will be so strong. Her breakdance, she will definitely make memorable moments enough to people vote for her. I feel like she will be without doubt at the grand final. As I said, Norway as well, she will not have any struggle to qualify. She will open the show. It's an amazing song to open the show. People will remember her performance. Quite viral on TikTok as well a few months ago. They will remember about this song.
I think she will finish a little bit lower than people expect in the semi-final though, because like you say, she is on early and there are a lot of Nordic superpowers in this semi-final, so I think it's going to be like a mid-top 10, but there's definitely no chance she won't qualify.
Definitely.
If we go on to we've got 2 countries we think that we both agree don't really have a chance of qualifying, and they would be Azerbaijan and Ireland. I really, out of the 2, I really like the Irish song, but I'm not sure it's competitive in this field. Like in the second semi-final, I think it would have a chance, but I just think there's too many other songs that are going to get more votes than it.
Actually, the Azerbaijan song has grown on me a lot lately. I do feel like because it's televote only, they haven't got many chances, so I feel like if they will have the jury, probably they will help them more than the televote. I presume they will sing amazing live. Their staging, I'm not sure. I don't know what they can do with the staging. Overall, comparing to the other performances, they are more appealing to the televote, while Ireland, his vocals, because of their pre-parties, they've been doing these pre-parties, I'm not really keen on his vocals. It's a nice song, I just don't feel like it's strong enough.
I think it's got the potential to go really well in the arena. It's made for an arena setting. But I do think the competition is just a little bit too strong in terms of whether it can get the votes to qualify. Now, in terms of the songs that we think won't qualify but are a bit more borderline, we agree on Serbia and Switzerland. Now, I think Serbia in particular will be a bit of a surprise for most people. For me, I think it's early running order, plus he's I don't think he's a big name in the Balkans, so they can't rely on the Balkan vote either. And I'm not sure it's accessible enough to first-time viewers. And I think it might just get a bit forgotten, especially with there's quite a few songs later in the running order that are just as crazy as Serbia is.
And actually even more appealing. So if it would be one of the last songs of this running order of the first semi-final, probably his chance to qualify would be higher. But like Ryan said, I feel like his song is gonna get a little bit lost, and his performance is gonna be definitely quite similar of his national selection. I do think he will be fighting for his place at the grand final. I just wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make it.
With Switzerland, I feel like it's Switzerland or Netherlands. Netherlands has the better running order draw, and after a video we saw of their performance on TV last night, their vocals are certainly good enough as well. So I feel like it's gonna get more votes than Switzerland will, and I think Switzerland could just miss out.
I feel like the Switzerland song could happen the same as last year. So with the televote, didn't get any support, and the jury put them through. This year, the jury are not voting, so we know we will have a great staging, but I don't think people would support him. And Netherlands, I was a little bit worried about them, but since we watched that performance, I'm quite sure they got the chances to qualify for the grand final. He's more appealing and he's one of my favorites, so I would love to see them at the grand final.
So there's 4 more countries that we think we agree on qualifying but are more borderline than the ones we mentioned before, and they are Croatia, Malta, Netherlands and Portugal. Out of those, I think Malta is probably the biggest surprise. I feel like it's been written off because songs like this in the past have always tended to do well. If you look at Sunstroke Project, even if you look at Malta in 2012, they had just quite a fun song that was not rated, if I remember rightly, and that qualified quite easily, if I remember right. So I think it's just so fun and uplifting that it's going to get the votes to squeeze through.
So in my predictions, Malta was the 10th country to qualify. I do feel like because of the saxophone, they will definitely stand out. I know they are number 2 in a running order, but after Norway, probably because Norway is going to be so uplifting and they will squeeze to get some votes there. I'm not sure. I would be happy to see them at the grand final. I do feel like the song really deserves to be at the grand final, but if they will not make it, I wouldn't be surprised as well. So the next one is Portugal. I would say I do hope they qualify for the grand final because it's my country. But we've got Israel, we got Norway, we've got Sweden.
I think Portugal appeals to a different market than those. I think it's more theatrical. I think it might be geared towards a more traditional Eurovision audience, but I don't think there's anything else that really clashes with it. So I think it's going to find a market, and I think it's going to find the votes to qualify.
Yeah, we definitely have France to give us 12 points. So I do feel like probably 8th, 9th place at the semi-final will be a great result for her. So Mimikat knows how to sing. She always sings very well, very strong vocals. So we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed for Portugal this year. So then we've got Croatia. I do feel they will get the support of the televote. It's that kind of quirky song that we have at this semi-final. I do feel like they will clash a little bit with Finland, but they will have enough support to qualify.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do quite as well in the televote only semi-final as we might have initially thought, because like you say, we've got Finland taking away some of their votes, and I don't think they don't have to, they're a big name in the Balkan area as far as I'm aware, but they don't have many Balkan countries in the semi-finals, so I think they'll scrape through, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as we might have first thought.
They will probably squeeze week 12 from Serbia and the other countries 3, 4, 2 points, and it will be enough for them to qualify.
And then the last one of those was Netherlands. I think we've already mentioned why we think Netherlands. I think it's up against Switzerland, but I think it is the more appealing package of the two.
Yeah, definitely. Their vocals were on point. So last night they really elevate their performance. Finally, we were able to see a very strong vocal from both of them. The song changed a little bit, is a little bit
I think
high notes.
They lifted the key a bit, and to make it, I don't know if it makes it easier to sing for them or it just sounds nicer.
It does. So fingers crossed for Netherlands.
So that just leaves two countries which we disagree completely on whether they're going to qualify or not. I think Czechia will qualify. That you think
Latvia will go through.
Out of those two, I think Czechia's a much more certain bet because it does. The lyrics are going to appeal to countries in Eastern Europe with the languages they use and the sisterhood that they talk about in the song. And if we go back to January when we all first heard the song, lots of people thought this is a potential winner. This is a certain qualifier, and I think because it was selected so early, people have forgotten about it. I don't think we need to take into account the pre-party performances because of sound systems, they aren't good enough, and the ESCZ performance as well. It was a very small studio. They've proved they can sing. They just need to be careful with the staging because it's a hard song to stage. But Czech Republic have had good stagings in the past, so I'm sure they will do what's needed. With Latvia, I don't think it's instant enough. I've grown to really like it, but it's taken me lots of listens, and that's not going to go well with the Eurovision audience.
So for me, Latvia's song really stands out in the semi-final. We haven't got that kind of sound in the semi-final, so there will always be votes for them. Comparing to Czech Republic, I haven't been very keen on their live performance. I know Ryan said about the sound issues at the pre-parties, but if they can sing, they haven't shown much. And I'm a little bit...
Just look at Netherlands, you were the same with them, and now you've seen a proper TV performances.
Yeah, but the song is different. The song is different as well, so it's not... They are not singing in the same key, so maybe the changes they made the song sound better. But I feel like with Czech Republic, or Czechia now, it's just the staging. I'm not sure if they will nail with the staging. They will probably be a surprise for me, and I could say after the rehearsals, oh, they will definitely qualify. But for now, I would leave them out. So Latvia, I feel like we need that song at the grand final. And they've been putting effort in this song. I do like the sound, and I would be happy to see the song at the grand final. And fingers crossed, let's see it.
They definitely deserve to qualify. I just unfortunately think there's too many other instant songs that might take its place. But in just over a week's time, we will be in Liverpool Arena to watch the first dress rehearsal of the first semi-final, so we'll get to see all the stagings and the live performances for the very first time, so I'm sure our predictions will change dramatically after that.
So guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you next video.